It's the graphic arts program for NWTC. And so essentially a student would come in saying, hey, look, I'm interested in being a graphic artist. I want to work for many different platforms or outputs, but I'm excited about creating images from Photoshop, illustrations from Illustrator, and layouts, documents, designs of many pages, publications with programs like InDesign. So those three software pieces could be how we focus it. But we could also ask you to focus it around illustration, concept design, production design on a computer, and output. There are many ways we classify our program, but essentially you're going to make pretty images, work for customers' products and services, and you're going to be able to market those, communicate those to the customers, as well as those people buying them, and make a career out of that. We hinge around portfolios. A graphic designer has portfolios for customers, sometimes for their employment. It's a good way to knock down the door and get your resume in front of someone. There is nothing in graphic arts today that is done any other way but than on a computer. So we have a Macintosh-based program that focuses on the Adobe Creative Suite for the primary software apps. And under all of the visual communications umbrella, these programs all interlink. And for one example, Photoshop is a program that is required in all those courses, that are all those programs. It's a course that threads through them all. Critical to be able to work with a visual raster image and to be overlay text and purpose those files for all those different output directions. So the umbrella of what we're working with here, I know a lot of people look at a tech college and say, that's 2 years of my life, that's all it's going to be, and it's skill training. But if you take 2 years digital media technologies, 1 year of print, 2 design graphics, 2 years of web developer, and maybe another year or 2 years in photo, which of course all of these courses overlap, you could easily find yourself here for 4 or 5 years. At that point you would have a demonstration reel, a portfolio, you'd have work experience, you'd have a lot of amazing credentials, and I am sure it would be a lot cheaper than most 4-year programs. The academics that come out of the 4-year schools are a lot different than ours. We have some academics, but it supports the skill training that you're up to. If you're someone that really enjoys picking up, working with equipment, computers, and actually physically doing things like your interview right now, I think that's the kind of person we're looking for. Well, you know, in Photoshop, if you don't select it, you can't really affect it. That's one thing to remember.
I want to be a one-man band, so I'm gonna do digital media technology and also graphic. So I want to just be able to do everything from any production standpoint, even design my own graphics for if I'm doing small projects with my digital media knowledge.
It's really cool what you can do with the programs, and I've always wanted to be able to put things on computers. Like I can doodle and I can, draw things out with a pencil and paper, but I've wanted to put them on computers because you can get some really cool effects and stuff looks so much better.
With the degree, I plan on working in graphics, and with my thing is I want to do a nonprofit, so I want to be able to be that one-man wrecking crew, kind of like you were saying there, and
the one-man band,
one-man show. Be able to show my expertise in what it is I'm working with, whether it be Photoshop or InDesign or Illustrator. I have that ability to use it, and to the best of my knowledge and the best of my ability for this nonprofit and give back.
I don't have an artistic bone in my body, but I'm doing pretty good in Photoshop. I went from not being able to even make my name to now my work is not bad.
You're like, okay, there's all these tools, where do I start? What do they all do? And you can test them out, but when you're in class, they tell you, okay, this tool is specifically for this kind of stuff and you can do this with it. So you get to learn so much more in class, and you get to learn how to apply it better than even just, playing with it yourself, or at least in my case.
Teamwork makes the dream work.